Hello and welcome to this short guide on how to paint Ork Skin. Um, the model is painted partly so far, and here I'm going to start painting the Ork Skin. I start off with a coat of 2 parts yellow olive and 1 part camouflage green. I thin this down a bit and I just block all the skin parts in with this color. I clearly try to avoid the already painted parts, the parts like his tunic in his neck. Still has to be painted, so that's not really a big problem, but I avoid the helmet. It's not really a big deal if it's not fully covered for this stage. If you can see through it a little bit, that's okay. For the next layer, I add 2 parts camouflage green to the mixture and I apply a rough highlight on all the raised areas. This also gives the opportunity to paint in some extra detail that's not actually there, but that you would like, let's say an extra raised area or a definition somewhere. Also for this layer, it's not super important to be very neat and precise. We're gonna wash it after this layer, so there's more than enough chance to patch stuff up and cover stuff up. Next, using Antonian Camo Shade, I'm gonna wash the entire skin. I try to not do this too heavily and be a bit sparse. I make sure it's completely covered, but not that it's I'm not drowning the model in the wash. This makes sure that previous effects, they stay in place, they stay visible. Next, I make a new mixture of 1 part yellow olive and 2 parts camouflage green this time, and now I really start to build up the colors and the highlights. Stay away from the deepest recesses and just strengthen the color towards the outside of the model, towards the edges, and especially on stuff like elbows. You can nicely see this. So with that layer applied, I'm going to add 1 part dead flesh to the mixture, and I start reinforcing the previous highlight. I make sure I leave little parts of the previous layer visible and just strengthen it up towards the light, towards the outside of the model. And the color looks pretty vibrant now, but once it's dry, it tones a bit down, like paints usually do. Next, I add another part dead flesh for the final highlight, and I then carefully reinforce the color again making sure previous layers stay visible and just reinforcing the most raised and lightest areas on the model, so that all the effects look nice and okay. This is still quite a bit time consuming, so you have to be up for it, but I wanted to share it anyway. In case you're interested, I'll put out a card somewhere in the end of the video with a link to a tutorial for a Big Mac and Mega Armor and the knobs, so you can see how I paint the blue and white and all the other parts as well if you want to. So I hope you liked this video. There will be a couple of pictures in a short moment with a couple of orks with finished skin, not finished models. They're not finished yet. And I hope you enjoyed this short format as well. I'm going to say thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.